Hello everyone, today we are going through Mathematics Cambridge 058041 May June 2024. I will not be showing the paper because of copyright strikes. You can open the paper which is available on the net in a separate window and go through the solutions. And let us go to the question number 1A part. The table is given, so we can just quickly go through this table. Amazon, Congo, Atlantic, and Valdivian. These are the areas in kilometer square. In kilometer square. So these are the rainforests. The table shows the areas in kilometer square of the four largest rainforests in the world. And part one is asking, find the area of this one rainforest as a percentage of area of Amazon, which is this one. So we will write 2, 5 and 4 zeros and divided by area of Amazon, which is 5 and 5 zeros, and into percentage. This is how we are calculating the percentage, and we can use calculator for this calculation. 2, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros and divided by 5 and 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. And then multiplied by 100, and this is equal to 50 over 11. We can write 50 over 11, and the decimal value will be what? Decimal value will be 4.5454, recurring 4.5454. This is recurring, so we can write approximately 4.55, and at the proper location it will be 4.55. We will be giving always answer at the proper location. And this was one mark question which we have done. Hopefully you understood. Then the second part says, write in its simplest form the ratio of the areas of the rainforest Valdivian, this one, and ratio, the second one is what? Atlantic, and the third one is Congo. So these ratios we have to write. So we'll write the respective numbers. So 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, and Atlantic will be 1, 3, 1, 5, and 3 zeros, and Congo will be 2 and 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we can simplify, and for simplification we can divide by the smallest number, and this will be what? What we can do is we can basically we can cancel the zeros first. So if we cancel 3 zeros with 3 zeros, these 3 zeros are gone. Then 250, so we can divide by 50. So 250 divided by 50 will be equal to, divided by 50 will be equal to 5. So others, I think so, are not divisible. This is divisible. It's not divisible by 50. So let us check by 25, or 250 divided by 25 will be equal to 10. So 13, 15 is divisible by 25. No, it's not divisible. So we'll have to divide it by 5. So 250 divided by 5 will be equal to 50. This will be 50, and 13, 15, 13, 15 divided by 5 will be equal to 263, and similarly we can divide this also by 5. So divisibility rule you can apply, or you can use calculator for this. So this will be the ratio, and the place they have provided like this one, which we can write answer over here: 50, 263 and 400, and this is 2 marks part which we have done. Now the third part says, we quickly go through the third part. The Amazon rainforest has 60% of its area in Brazil and 10% of its area in Colombia. 43 whole 1 by 3% of the remaining area of the rainforest is in Peru. So find the percentage of Amazon rainforest that is in Brazil, Colombia and Peru. So 60%, we are having 60% and plus 10%. These are the areas which we have. So remaining area, this will be equal to 70%. So remaining area will be what? Remaining area will be equal to 30%, and we can calculate 43 whole 1 by 3% of 30%, and this will be equal to what? We can calculate 43, we'll take a mixed number, this one 43 whole 1 over 3, and this will be off in multiplication of 30, and this should be percent basically. 43% we can take symbol of percentage over here, and this should also be percentage, and this is equal to 0.13, or this is basically 0.13 mean 13%, so we can write 13%. 0.13 is equal to 13%, or we can write 13% like this. So that's why I have written like this. And then what else? Next will be what? Now the this will be 13%. They are saying Amazon rainforest has 60%. Okay, so 60 plus we'll have to add now. Add the three numbers. Which three numbers will be adding? This will be 60%. 60 plus 10. 60 plus this will be 10 and plus 13%, and this total will be 60% plus 10% plus 13% will be adding to 83. So our answer will be here like 83%, and this is 3 marks part which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Now for the next part, we can check for the next part. Next part says, uh, fourth part, the area of Amazon. Fourth part we can solve over here. The area of Amazon rainforest represents 27 by 50 of the total of rainforest in the world. Calculate the total area of the rainforest of the world. Give your answer correct to the nearest 100,000 kilometers square. So 20, this one total area is 27 by 50 of, we don't know the area X, and we need to, this is 55,000. Amazon is this one, so we will be taking this number, which is 55 and 5 zeros, so this is equal to 55 and 1 2, so this will be 5 zeros. And now this is reverse percentage question, we can calculate X value, so X will be equal to 5 zeros here and multiply by 50 over 27, and this will be equal to double 5 1 2 3 4 5 zeros and multiplied by 50 over 27, and this is giving us 101, 85, and 185. So 101, 85, and 185. So with this one and 0.19. So 0.19. This is the number. But they are saying give your answer correct to the nearest 100,000. So 100,000 will be what? 10 and 2. So this one we will be rounding from here, and this will be because of 8 we are increasing 1 and 102, and the rest will be all zeros, and this will be 5 zeros and kilometers square. This is our answer, and this is for 3 marks which we have done. Now fifth part says in the word 60.7 hectares, 60.7 hectares of rainforest are lost every minute. So per minute, this much is loss of area. Calculate the total area in hectares of the rainforest that is lost in 365 days. So 365 days we need to calculate the area lost. So 60.7, this one multiplied by 365, but we need hectares area in minutes. So every minute is this one. So we will be calculating days of year. So this will be 24 and then multiply by 60, and this will be per minute. Basically, this will be per minute. So we are changing it to number of hours. This is number of hours. This is number of days, and this is minutes. This is what we have multiplied for, and this will be equal to, we can calculate this 60.7 and multiplied by 365 and multiplied by 60, and this is giving us 1329330. 1329. Let me check, double check this. 365, 60.7, 365. We missed 24. So let us multiply this 24 also. So 3190, and 3920. This is our number, and they are saying that give your answer in standard form. Standard form, we are requiring the number a decimal after first non-zero number, so it will be 3.19. And how many jumps we are taking? We are taking 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 jumps. So this will be 10 raised to the power 7 hectares, and this is 3 marks part which we have done. Now the B part, which is lower bound, upper bound question, we can quickly go through that as well. The Amazon River has a length of 6440. So length is 6440, and correct to the nearest 10 kilometers. So upper bound and lower bound I will take here so that we can understand. So nearest 10, so 10 mean what? We will be adding plus minus 5. So half of 10 will be 5. So 6, 4, 6, 4, 4, 5. This will be upper bound, and lower bound will be 6, 4, 3, 5. And then next part of the question says the Congo River has a length of 440. So 4400. This is in kilometers, and correct to the nearest 100 kilometer. So 100 kilometer mean plus minus 50, and this will be 4450 upper bound, and we can write the lower bound as well, and lower bound will be 4350 when we subtract 50. So this will be the lower and upper bound. Now they are saying calculate the upper bound of the difference between lengths of the Amazon River and the Congo River. So upper bound will be what? We will be taking upper bound of the maximum value and lower bound of the minimum value, and we will be subtracting, and this will give us answer. That will be of maximum difference. So 4350 and this will be equal to, this will be 6445, and minus this will be 4350 is equal to 2095. This will be in kilometers. 2095 kilometers, our final answer, and this is for 3 marks. Hopefully you understood this question. Question number 2a part. The grid is provided, which we can go through quickly. This one. This is saying on the grid, draw the image of. So I will increase the size. We can, so that we can draw on it. And part one is triangle T after reflection in x-axis. So after reflection, so this point will be reflected over here, and we'll have to take mirror. So 1, 2, 3 units. So 1, 2, 3 units on this side. So it will be this point. And similarly, we can check for the third point, and third point will be 1, 2, 3 units. So 1, 2, 3 units will be this point, and we can erase the working. And this will be our triangle, which we can draw over here, this one, and second line will be this one, and third line will be this. So this will be our triangle which is required. Now the second part, this was our first part, which is 1 mark, and the second part, the triangle T after translation by vector -5 and -2. So -5 -2 will be, we can check, this will be moving -5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, and then -2 will be 2 units down. So 1, 2, so we will reach here. So this point will be shifted over here, and the second point, this one, this point we can shift down over here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 units we can take over here, and now we can draw the required triangle, and required triangle will be this one and this one, and we can draw. This is the triangle required. Hopefully you are understanding. Third part says triangle T after an enlargement by the scale factor -1/2 with center -1 and 1. So we'll have to identify first of all the center, which is given -1 and 1. So this will be the center, and from this center we will be checking all the points. Like for example, first of all, I will check this point. This is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units right, and 6 units right, and 1, 2, 3, 4 units down. So 6 and -4. So what we will do, we will multiply this by -1/2, which is scale factor, and we will get this as -3, and this will be 2. So now from the given center we will be checking, from the given center we will be checking -3. So it will be -1, -2, -3, and 2 units. So 1, 2 units. So we got this point, and the second point we can identify, basically that will be our second point, which we can take this one. uh, this one we can take the second coordinates of second point are from the center, new center we are checking 2 units, 2 units right, and then down 1, 2, 3, and 4 units. So -4, and multiply these by -1/2, and this will be minus 2 minus 1. This will be minus 1 and this one will be 2 units. So minus 1 and 2 from the new center which we have already identified. We'll be checking minus 1 on this side and 2 will be on this side up. So this will be our point, and the third point which we can identify will be this one, which is over here, and the coordinates of this point are what? These are from the new center, 1 2 3, 3 units right and 1 and 2 units down, so minus 2 and multiply by minus 1 by 2, and this will be minus 1.5 and this will be 1. So from new center we have to check this, and this will be 1 unit minus 1.5 on this side and 1 unit up. So this will be the point. So 1.5 this side and 1 up. So this is how we reach to this one, and then we can draw the triangle. This will be our new triangle which is required. So from the coordinates we have multiplied, and always use this new center which we have identified. So coordinates from new center we will be identifying. This is the most important thing for calculation of all these coordinates. Hopefully you understood this. So this was 2 mark question. Total this was 2 plus 2, 4 plus 1, 5 marks part which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Now the next part of the same question, which is B part, we can go through, and B part says a shape P is enlarged by scale factor 3. So scale factor is provided, scale factor is 3, and given shape, to given shape Q is then enlarged by scale factor. So P is enlarged to Q by scale factor 3, and Q is enlarged to R by scale factor 2 by 5, and the area of the shape P is area of P is given, which is equal to 10 centimeters square, and calculate the area. So area of R shape is required. So what we will do, we will take area of shape P into, this is the basically K factor. If we check, this will be equal to, from Q to R is 2 by 5, so 2 by 5, and for K square we will be taking 2 by 5 square. So we can take Q over 5 square, and this we will be multiplying. First, this will be scale factor 3, so 3 square and then 2 by 5 square, and this will give us the area, and 10 multiply by 3 square and multiply by 2 over 5, which will have to take square, and this will be the area, which is 14.4, so 14.4 centimeters square. This will be final area, and this is 3 marks part which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. So in this part, what we have done, we have taken the length ratio, and we have utilized that length ratio with for area ratio, which is basically square. So K is for length ratio, which we have used over here. This is the length ratio, and we used the K square, which is for area ratio. Similarly, 3 also we have used scale factor 3 K by squaring that one, and square is used for area questions. Now, question number 3a part, this says that c is equal to 1 over 4x y square, and part 1 says find c. C we need to find when x is equal to, given x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 8. So we'll be replacing this value. C will be equal to 1 by 4 and 5 in brackets. Always replace values in brackets, and this one we can calculate 1 over 4, 1 over 4 and multiplied by 5 and multiplied by 8 square, and this will give us 80. So our answer will be 80 at the proper location. This will be C value, and this is 2 marks part which we have done. Now for the second part, find the positive value of y. Positive value of y is required. So when c is equal to 15 and x is equal to 2.4. So x is 2.4 and we require positive value of y. Positive value of y is required. So we can take c is equal to 1 by 4 x y square, which is given, and we are replacing c is 15 is equal to 1 by 4 and x value is 2.4 and y square. So this implies y square is equal to 15 multiplied by 4 and divided by 2.4, and then we can take the y value. Positive y value will be square root of 15 into 4 over 2.4, and this will be equal to, we can write it plus minus, and then we will be taking only the positive value later on. So 15 into 4, and this will be divided by 2.4 is equal to 5. So this will be plus minus 5, and the positive value will be 5 only, which we'll be mentioning here, and this is 2 mark question, y is equal to 5. Now for the next part, which is B part we have to basically write as a single fraction. So 4 over, given question is 4 over x minus 1 and minus 3 over 2x plus 5, and then we have to write as single fraction. So we will be making fraction, and these two denominators we can write as denominators over here by multiplying them. We can write here, and then we will be taking these two, which will be 4 into 4 into 2x plus 5, and then after that we will be taking these two, which will be 3 in minus sign which is in between, so 3 into x minus 1, and then we have to just open the bracket, so it will be 8x plus 20 and minus 3x, and minus minus next will be plus 3 and divided by x. Same, we will just copy it, no need to open the brackets, maybe there is cancellation ahead, so we will keep as it is. Next will be 8 minus 3 will be 5x and plus 20 and 3, so plus 23 divided by x minus 1 into 2x plus 5. No further simplification is possible, so this will be our final answer, and this is for 3 marks which we have done. Hopefully you understood the question. Now we can solve the next question, which is C part. Expand and simplify 2x plus 3, and the second thing is 4 minus x, and this is square, so we'll have to open square, so 2x plus 3 as it is, and for this square you can apply formula a minus b square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. This formula you can apply, or you can write this as this one and multiply them. Both methods will be correct. So what I'm doing, I'm applying the formula, so it will be 4 square will be 16 plus this will be x square will be this one, and minus 2 into 4 will be 8x, and this will by formula which I have expanded. Now we can multiply. and this will be 2x into 16 will be 32x, and 2x into x square will be plus 2x cube. Then 2x multiplied by minus 8x will be minus 16x square, and 3 into 16 will be plus 48, and 3 into x square plus 3x square, and minus 8x into 3 will be minus 24x. Now adding the like terms, x cube is only 1, so 2x cube one term we have copied, and x square are, this is x square and this one x square, so minus 13x square. Next x term, so 32 minus 24 plus 8x, and then the constant will be what? Constant will be 48. So this is the final answer, and this answer is, this part was for 3 marks which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Now we can go through the next part, which is D part, and D part is simplified. This question is given which we need to simplify: 16 x raised to the power 16 and whole raised to the power minus 3 by 4, so minus 3 by 4. Now we will be multiplying. We can write this as y8 into minus 3 by 4. Separate parts we are taking for each and everything, so 16 raised per minus 3 by 4 and x raised to the power 16 and separate raised to minus 3 by 4. Now we can multiply, the powers will be multiplied, these two powers will be multiplied, so we will be taking this one. We can type here 8 into minus 3 over 4, and this will be equal to minus 6. So y raised to the power minus 6 over 16 raised to the power will be fraction, and minus 3 over 4, 3 over 4, and this gives us 1 by 8. So this will be 1 by 8, and x raised to the power will be 16 multiplied by minus 3 by 4, and this will give us minus 12. So this will be x raised to the power minus 12. Now we can rearrange. 8 will go up as numerator, x we can shift up for positive part as numerator, and y will be as denominator, this one. So this is our final answer, and this is for 3 marks. Hopefully you understood this as well. Question number 4a part, box and whisker plot is given, which we can go through. This is the box and whisker plot. Question is, this person records the time in seconds that some cars take to travel 195 meters. 195 meters is the distance which they are traveling. So the box and whisker plot shows the information. Find the median. So part 1 is we need median. Median is required. So for the median, we know this is the middle value. We can identify median will be like this one, and this is 9 point, each box is for, small box is for 2, so 9.3, so this will be 9.3. So our answer will be at this place 9.3 seconds, and this is for 1 mark, which is done. Now the second part says find the interquartile range. So interquartile range is required, which is maximum minus minimum, not maximum minus minimum, that is range. This is interquartile range, which is q3 minus q1. So this one is q3, which we can take as 11.6, and Q1 will be like this one. So this will be 8.2. So we'll have to subtract 11.6 minus 8.2, which is equal to 11.6 minus 8.2 is equal to 3.4. So 3.4 is the final answer for second part, and this is also 1 mark. This is second. Now third part says find the difference between the average speed of the fastest car and the average speed of the slowest car. So we know that for third part, 195 meters is the distance which the cars are covering. So how much time they are taking? The maximum time which a car is taking is 13 seconds. So we will find the speed for 13 seconds. Speed, we know speed is equal to distance over time. So for t is equal to 13, t is equal to 13. So speed will be equal to 195 meters. This is in meters, and divided by 13, which is also in seconds. So we need kilometer per hour because answer is required in kilometers. So convert this meters into kilometers. Will be dividing by 1000. Now this is changed to kilometer, and to change 13 seconds into minutes, we are dividing by 60 and then once more by 60 to change into hours, and this will be 195 unit conversion. You should know properly because this is involved in IGCSE questions. So this one and divided by 1, 3 and 1000, and this is equal to 54. So this will be 54 kilometer per hour, the highest time which it is taking. Then the fastest one is taking this much, which is 6 seconds. So similarly, now we will take the time as 6 minutes, 6 seconds. So speed will be equal to distance will remain same 195 meters, and time will be 6 seconds. So we will change time by again by multiplying 60 and this will be 1000. Now this will be kilometers per hour, and we can simplify. This will be the same thing we can take with the change of 6 over here, and this will give us 117 kilometer per hour. So difference we can check the difference will be equal to 117 minus 54 will be equal to minus 54 is equal to 63 kilometer. So 63 kilometers per hour is our answer, and this is for 5 marks. Hopefully you understood this. Now we can go ahead with this next part, which is range of values is given. Let us go through this one. B part says this is a distance frequency table. If I quickly draw for you, this will be like this one and like this one. So over here this will be distance, and this one is frequency, and we can take different ranges, and we will have to extend this table also like this one. So this will be the table which we can take, and the first range which they have taken is over here, which is 250 to 300 and frequency 7, and the second range if we take is 300 to 400, and the frequency is 13. And third one is this one, which is 400 to 420, and this one is 19, frequency is 19. And the second last one is 420 to 450, and the last one is 450 to 500, and this is what we can over here. And the frequencies for this is 21, and for this one is 20. So this is the table given. First part, they are saying write on the in class interval that contains the median, total are 80, so we will have to check 40 will be 41 will be where, so it will be in this one, 420 to 450. So our answer will be here, 420 to 450. This is one mark part which we have done. Just we need to identify the median. This will be median. Then the second part, calculate an estimate of the mean. So for mean, we need to check the middle values of these mid-range, we can say. So mid-range for first one, if you add both and divide by 2, this will be 275. This one will be 350, this will be 410, this one will be 435, and this will be 475. Then we have to find the mean which we are using. The formula is mean is equal to sigma fx over sigma f. This is the formula which we will be using, and now we can write the first will be 275 into 7, plus next will be 350 into 13, and plus this will be 410 into 19, and plus this will be 435 into 21, and the last one will be 475 into 20 and divided by the total, which is 80. Now we need to just calculate by the help of calculator, and this one will be 275 into 7 bracket close, plus next will be 350 into 13, and next will be 410 into 19. We can put brackets 410 into 19, and next value will be 435 into 21, and next will be plus this will be 475 into 20, and divided by this will be 80, and this is giving us decimal value of what? Decimal value of 411.25. So 411.25. This is the mean kilometers. This is 411.25 kilometers, and this is 4 marks part which we have done. Now the third part which they are saying is third part which we have to solve. A histogram is drawn to show the information in the table. The height of the bar for the interval 250 to 300 is given, which is 2.5 centimeter. This height is given. Calculate the height of the bar for each of the following. So height of the bar for 300 to 300 400 is required, and for that one what we will be doing, we will have to calculate frequency density. Formula is what? Formula is frequency density is equal to frequency over class width. So this information which they have provided, which is for this class width, it is height is 25, and for this class width, which is first one is 7. So we will be using frequency is 7. We will be using this, and we can write here frequency is 7 and divided by class width 300 minus 250 will be 50, and this one we will be getting 0.14 will be frequency density if we check with the help of calculator, but we are getting 22.8. So 0.14 multiplied by something is equal to 2.8, and this one we can take x, so x will be equal to what? X will be equal to 2.8 divided by 0.14, and 2.8 divided by 0.14 is equal to 20. So we can check this is to x value will be 20. So we will be multiplying by x value, which is 20. We got x value. Now we can calculate for all the ranges. For 300 to 400, frequency is 300 to 400, frequency is 13. So what we will do, we will take 13 divided by the range, which is 100, and multiply this by 20, which we calculated over here, and this will give us 13 divided by 100, 13 divided by 100 and multiplied by 20, and this will give us 2.6. So 2.6 will be our first answer. This is in centimeters. And for the second range, they are saying 400 to 420, and frequency for 400 to 420 is 19, this one. So we can take 19 divided by the difference, which is 20, difference range, which is 20, which is basically 400, yes, 20, and multiply also by 20. This is cancelled, so this will be equal to 19, and the second answer will be 19 centimeters. And the third one which they are telling us is 420 to 450, and this range is frequency for this one is 420 to 420 to 450, frequency is 21. So same calculation, 21 over range is 30. If we check this, range is 30, so we will be dividing this by 30 and multiplying by 20, and this is equal to this should be, okay, I'll rewrite 21 over this will be 30 and multiplied by 20, and this is giving us 14. So this will be 14 centimeters, and this is 3 marks part which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Now for fourth part, so what I will do, we can solve on the next. Basically I have to squeeze this a little, so to squeeze this one, so we can reduce the size like this one, and we'll get the space for the fourth part. And fourth part says, so fourth part is like here, 2 of the 80 cars are chosen at random. Find the probability that with a full tank of fuel, one of the cars can travel more than 450 kilometers. More than 450 kilometers is only this one, which is 20 cars. So 20 out of 80, we can write 20 out of 80. And the second one they're saying, and the other car can travel not more than 300, not more than 300 will be this one 7. So we can take for that one, we can take 7. So 1 is already taken, so 79. And the second option we can choose 7 over 80 first, this one, and then 20 out of 79, and these two probabilities we need to add. And this one, if we are adding by the help of calculator, so we can write 20 over 80 and multiplied by 7 over 79, and we can basically multiply this as by 2 also. Instead of adding, we can do write this also. So this will be 7 over 158, 7 over 158. This will be answer, and this is for 3 marks which we have done. Hopefully you understood this probability question. Question number 5, a part. P is the point. Coordinates of P are given 1 and 7, and 1 and 7 P we can take P over here. This is like P, and Q is over here. We can take as Q, and the coordinates of Q are 5 and minus 5, 5 and minus 5. These are the coordinates of P and Q. And diagram is not to scale. Then first part we have to do is we have to find PQ, this one. So PQ will be Q minus P. Coordinates of Q. The coordinates of Q are what? 5 and minus 5, and minus P, so minus 7 and minus into minus 5. So this will be equal to, we can write down over here, this will be minus 2, and this is basically we have done. Okay, so 5 and 5 and minus 1, we have done mistake over here. So this will be 5 and minus 1 and minus 5 and minus 7. So this will be the coordinates, and this will be changing to what? 4 and minus 12. So this will be PQ, which we found, and PQ we can write over here where they are asking for, and this is 4 and minus 12, and this is 2 marks for which we have done. Now these are the coordinate axis. This is x-axis, and this is basically y-axis, not x-axis. This one y-axis, and this one x-axis. Now the second part, they are asking us to do, what we have to do is show that uh, OP mod is equal to OQ mod. This is what we need to show. So OP mod we can find. If I draw OP for you, so OP will be this one. So this is OP. So OP mod will be, if I write here, OP mod will be equal to coordinates of origin are 0, 0. So we can take x2 minus x1, which is coordinates of P are 1 and 7, 1 and 7. So we can take 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0 square, and plus 7 minus 0 square, which is equal to 1 plus 49 under root, and this will be equal to 50 under root. Now we can find OQ also mod. OQ mod is what? OQ mod, if we identify, if we draw OQ, OQ will be this one, and coordinates of Q are given, which are 5 and minus 5. So we can write here 5 and minus 5, and the mod will be what? This will be equal to 5 minus 0 square and plus minus 5 minus 0 square under root, and this will be equal to 25 plus 25 square root, and this will be equal to 50 square root. So we can write OP mod is equal to OQ mod, which we were supposed to solve, and this was 3 marks which we have done. Now for the third part, we can shrink a little so that we have proper place for the third part as well. And uh, third part is PQ is a chord of circle with center O. Calculate the circumference of the circle. So PQ is chord, so we need to calculate the center of the circle. OP, we have OP is equal to square root of 50, and we can write 2 pi r. This will be equal to the circumference, and 2 pi into square root of 50, and this will be equal to, we can calculate this will be 2 pi 2 and pi of square root of 50, and this will be equal to 44.4 up to 1 dp. 44.4, this will be our answer, and this is for 2 marks which we have done. Now the fourth part, they're saying PQ is a diameter of the different circle with center R. Find the coordinates of R. So coordinates of R will be what? PQ is diameter. PQ is where? PQ is this one. PQ is this one, and they're saying diameter. So and diameter is passing through center. So center is R. So center, we can say this is center, which is R. So R will be the midpoint of P and Q. So we can write the midpoint. R coordinates will be 1 plus 5 by 2. This is how we are finding the midpoint. And 7 plus minus 5 by 2. And this will be, R coordinates will be 6 by 2 will be 3, and uh, 2 by 2 will be 1, so 3 and 1. So answer at the proper location are 3 and 1, and this is 2 marks part which we have done. Hopefully you understood this part. Now the next part, which is basically V5, part 5. Part 5 we can write over here. Find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of PQ. Perpendicular bisector mean it's passing through the midpoint, and midpoint coordinates we just found, which is R. So I will take as R. So passing through R, which is 3 and 1, and perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular mean it will be having gradient perpendicular to PQ. So gradient of PQ we can find y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is gradient formula, and minus y minus 7 divided by 5 minus 1, which is equal to minus 12 over 4, which is equal to minus 3. So we got gradient of PQ is minus 3. So gradient of perpendicular of PQ will be equal to reciprocal and change sign. So this will be 1 by 3. Now we have gradient, and we have the point also, and we need to write the equation. So we can write y minus y1, which is equation of line in point slope form. So this will be m into x minus x1. M we know is 1 by 3, and x minus x value is 3, and y minus 1, y value is 1. So we can open the bracket. So y minus 1 is equal to 1 by 3x, 1 by 3x, and 1 by 1 by 3x, and minus 1 by 3 into 3 will be 1, and this minus we can shift to the other side, and this will be equal to y is equal to 1 by 3x minus 1 plus 1. So finally y is equal to 1 by 3x. This will be our equation. So at the proper location we can give answer y is equal to 1 over 3x, and this is 4 marks part which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Now the second part, B part, we can solve over here, and B part says the position vector of A is A, so we can, if we draw the coordinate axis again, so we can draw the coordinate axis like this one. So we can take OA, say this one is A, so OA is this one, which is represented by vector A, and OB is, say OB is this one, and this is like B point and represented by B vector, and they are saying M is the midpoint of AB. M is the midpoint of AB. So if we join this one, so AM, so we can take M is the not midpoint. M is a point on AB, so this is M. Ratio AB is 2, this is 2, and this one ratio 3. So this is the ratio given. Find in terms of A and B the position vector of M. So first of all, we can find AB. AB vector will be equal to AB vector will be equal to, this is the direction which is required, so A O, we can take this as O origin. So AO, AO plus OB. This one, so AO is minus A and plus B. This will be AB, and then after finding AB, we can find AM. So AM will be equal to 2 by 5, because 2 total is 5. So this is splitting into 2 portions and 3 portions. So total is 5 portions. So we can write 2 by 5 of 2 by 5 of AB, which is minus A plus B. This is how we can write. And then OM we can find. OM basically required is OM, position vector is required, like for example OM will be this one, so we require OM, so we can take root OM is equal to OA plus AM. We have OA is A vector, and AM we just calculated, which is 2 by 5 of minus A plus B, and then we can simplify, and this will be A minus 2 by 5 A and plus 2 by 5 of B, and vectors we can show, and this will be 1 minus 2 by 5 will be what? 1 minus 2 over 5 will be equal to 3 by 5. So this will be 3 by 5a plus 2 by 5b, and this will be OM vector, which is required. And this is also very important question which we have solved. Hopefully you understood this. Question number 6 diagram, we will be referring to this drawing which is not to scale, and the question says the diagram shows the positions of two lighthouses A and B. A lighthouse and B lighthouse is this one, and they are saying a boat C boat is here, and a harbor which is H. C is due east of B. So it means this angle is 90 degree. This is what they are telling us, the information. So A part, what we have to do is, A part is find the bearing of harbor from boat C. So bearing of harbor from C. So we will be drawing our north at C. So we can draw north over here. This is roughly north. So angle required is which one? Angle required is from here till this one. So this will be total is, we know this side is 90, so this will also be 90. So 90 my 90 and 25 we have to subtract, or we can say that from 270 we have to subtract 25. So we can write 270 minus 25 degrees, and this will be 270 minus 25 is equal to 245. So 245 degrees. This will be our answer, and this is for 1 mark. Hopefully you understood this. Then B part saying, B part I says show that, what we have to show, that angle CBH is equal to 100 degrees. CBH. Okay, so this angle we have to show that this is 100 degrees. So we have other two triangles we can consider. We can consider this triangle, and in this triangle we have two sides, two angles. So third angle we can find, which is 180 minus the sum of the two angles. So we can write here 180 minus the other two angles are 55 degrees and plus 25 degrees. So simple. This is also 1 mark part. So this is 180 minus in brackets 55 and plus 25, 100. This is how we prove that this is 100 degrees. This is 1 mark part which we have done. Now for B2, BII is show that BH is equal to 13.7 kilometers correct to 1 dp. 1 dp, and this one we have to show. We have to show this. So if we check BH is this side is BH. So uh, we can BH over okay, so we can consider again BHC triangle or BCH triangle. So in triangle BCH, so I will write here in triangle BCH, sine rule I will be applying, BH over sine of 25. So I will be writing BH over sine of 25 degrees is equal to, the other side we can take BC over not BC we don't have, so we'll take HC over angle B. So HC over sine of 100 degrees, and HC is 32. So we can write BH is equal to 32 sine of 25 degrees divided by sine of 100 degrees, and this will be simplifying to fraction 32 sine of 25 degrees divided by sine of 100. Your calculator should be in degree mode, and this is 13.7 up to 1 dp. This is what we have proved, and this was 3 marks part. Good. So this is 3 marks part which we have done, and next part which we can go through of the same question is saying calculate the bearing of A from B. So calculate the bearing of A from B will be which one? So angle from here till this one. So two angles we have, this one as 90 and the other angle, this one we have as 100. So we need to find this angle. So all three sides of triangle ABH we have. So in triangle ABH, so we can solve here C part, which is bearing of A from bearing of A from B. Okay, so this one in triangle ABH, ABH. So I will write here in triangle ABH. Cosine rule we will be writing, so AH square, one side square is equal to two other side square, which is AB square plus ABH square, and plus sorry, minus 2 into two sides. So we'll write here minus 2 into AB into BH into cos of ABH, this one, and we will replace values. 14 square, you can directly apply uh, cos formula also if you have memorized this. I'm not basically overloading my memory, so I'm just using this formula. You can use the other formula also if you want, and ABH, and simplify this. So ABH is required, so we can write cos of ABH is equal to, we can shift other sides, so 14 square minus 11 square minus 13.7 square, and divided by minus 2 into 11 into 13.7, and then angle ABH, which is required, will be equal to cos inverse of 14 square minus 11 square minus 13.7 square divided by minus 2 into 11 into 13.7. This is how we are solving, and we can use calculator. This will be shift cos of fraction, which is 14 square minus 11 square and minus 13.7 square, and divided by minus 2 in brackets 11 and in brackets 13.7 bracket close, and the bigger bracket also close, and it's giving 68.0, so 68 degrees. And 68 degrees, keep in mind, is this angle. So we will be adding 90, this one, and then 168. So we'll be adding these three angles. That will be our answer. So this will be, bearing will be equal to 90 plus 100 plus 68, or degrees, and this will be adding up to what? 90 plus 100 plus 68 is adding up to 258 degrees, and this is our final answer. Keep in mind, this is 5 marks question in IGCSE. 5 marks is very, very important. Then they are saying D part, they are saying at 1 p.m. boat C sails 32 kilometers directly to the harbor at speed of 10 knots. Calculate the time when boat C arrives at the harbor. Give this time correct to the nearest minutes. So direct route, first we need to okay, so what we can do, first of all, we know the distance, which is 32 kilometers. So divided by the time taken, and time, first we will convert these kilometers into nautical miles, which is 1.8. We will divide it 1.852, and this will be equal to 32 divided by 1.852, and this is giving us 17.2786. So 17.2786, 4 digits I have taken, and now 10 knots per per hour, basically 10 knots, speed of 10 knots. So divided by 10, so 17.2786 divided by 10 will be equal to 1.72. So I will take 1.7, and 1.7 will be what? So we can divide this by 10, which is equal to this one, and decimal value is 1.7. And if we press the time button, we will get 1 hour 43 minutes, 1 hour 43 minutes and 40 seconds. So 1 hour and 44 minutes, rounded answer. This is what we calculated, and this is 4 marks question. which we have done. Hopefully, you understood this. Now, for the second part, this was the first part. The second part says calculate the distance of boat C to the harbor when boat C is at the shortest distance of the lighthouse B. So, what is that distance required if we draw on the line? I will erase this color so that you can understand properly. This one shading I'm erasing, and now the distance required is what? Perpendicular line, this is the shortest distance. It means this is 90 degree, this one also 90 degree. So shortest distance, if we take this point as, like for example, we can take this point as P. So BP is required, so we can write BP. We can consider which triangle? We can consider, basically we can consider this triangle, and in this triangle HP is required. uh, BP over, so basically cos of 45. So HP over BH will be equal to cos of 55. So we can write here cos of 55 is equal to cos of 55 degrees is equal to HP over BP, I think so. HP over BH. HP over BH, and this is what B, HP will be equal to cos of 55 and multiply by BH, which is 13.7. So this will be equal to what? Cos of, we can calculate cos of what? Cos of 55 multiplied by 13.7 is, no wait, graph it here. Yes, this one is equal to 7.85. 13.7, 55, let me check again. 13.7 into cos of 55 is equal to 7.85. So this will be 7.85. 7.858, we can write this one. This will be in kilometers, and this is 3 marks part which we have done. Hopefully you understood this question. Question number 7a part. This is a 3D shapes question. Area and volume of 3D shapes. So the diagram shows a box in the shape of a cuboid. The box is open at the top. So this is the box and it's open from the top. So we will not be considering top area. Part 1, they're saying work out the surface area of inside of the open box. So surface area of open box is required. This is what we need to find. So we have this side which is base. We can consider this one, and which is one side is 70 and other side is 30. So we can say this is 70 into 30, and this will be 70 multiplied by 30, which is equal to this many centimeters square. And what else? We are having two sides, which are these two sides, which I'm just highlighting now. This one and this one, height into width, we have 40 into 30. So this side we can write, this side will be 40 multiplied by 30, and similarly we have the other side, which is also 40 into 30, which is this side. So we can multiply this by 2 because these are two sides. And the last one is the back side, which we can figure out like this one. And this is also two sides, front and the opposite side. So we will be taking this one as like this will be how much? This will be 70 and 40. So 70 into 40, and this will be also two sides. Now we have to add all these things. So one side is 70 into 30, which is this one we have taken, and the other sides are two sides are this one, so we can write 2 into 40 into 30, and plus two sides are these, so it will be 2 into 70 into 40, and this will be surface area of the open box. We can use calculator to calculate this. So it will be 70 into 30, and what else, plus 2 into 40 into 30, 14 to 30, and plus 2 into 70 into 40 will be resulting to 10100 centimeter square. This will be answer at the proper place, and this is a 3 marks question. So 3 marks for this part. Hopefully you understood this. Now the second part of the same question says cylinders with height 20 centimeter and diameter 15 centimeter. So height is equal to 20 centimeters and diameter is equal to 15 centimeter are placed in the box. So these are the dimension of the cylinder. So in the same this cylinder, if we are placing, like for example, height is 40, so this is 40, so we can put one cylinder down, like for example here in this portion we can put one cylinder and one cylinder on top of it. So this is how we can have two rows. Like for example, if we split this box into two portions, like two stories, so there will be one row of cylinders which will be in lower area and one story will be in upper area. So there will be two layers, you can say, and each layer will be so diameter is height is 20, so height is 20 and height of this box is 40. So exactly two cylinders, like one cylinder over here which will be having height of 20, and we can have another cylinder. So two cylinders, like stake of two cylinders, so this will be 20 plus 20 will be 40. So 40 is height, maximum height for that box which we have shown over here. And now on this side, this length is 40 and diameter is 15. So this will be like 15, 70 divided by 15 will be how much? This will be 70 divided by 15 will be equal to 4.6. So four cylinders, 4.6 mean rounded to 4, because complete cylinders will be this one 4 in one. So 4 plus 4. So if we split this into half, like for example, if we are splitting this from here, so 4 plus 4, 8 cylinder will be in one row like this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cylinders in one layer and 8 cylinders in top layer. So this will be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 cylinders will be there. Hopefully you understood this. This will be 16 will be our answer, and this is also 3 marks part which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Now for the next part, which is B part. B part says, we'll solve B part over here. A solid bronze cone has a mass of, so cone mass is equal to 750 grams. 750 grams. And the density of bronze is, density we know is rho, which is equal to 8.9 gram per centimeter cube. And the ratio radius of cone. So ratio is what? Ratio they have given. The ratio is radius of cone. So r of cone and ratio between height of the cone. Height of cone is given, which is equal to 1 ratio 3. This ratio they have given. Show that the radius of the cone is, so we have to show, this is our first part, to show the radius of the cone is equal to 2.99. This is what we need to show. Correct to 3 significant figures. So 3 significant figures. And density we know is equal to mass over volume. So we know that density is equal to mass per unit volume. So density is given 8.5, so we can take 8.5 is equal to, mass is given 750 over volume, so volume will be equal to 750 over 8.5, and this will be equal to 750 over 8.5 is equal to 88.7 750 over, it's not 8.5, it's 8.9 basically. So we have to correct this 8.9. If we correct this 8.9, and the calculation also we have to write here 8.9, and this will be 84.27. So 84.27, we can round this. And next is what? Now ratio is radius to height ratio is equal to 1 ratio 3. So if, for example, if we are taking, height will be equal to what? This one we can multiply inner and outer. So h into 1, we can form the equation h into 1 is equal to 3 into r, so h will be equal to 3r. So this value we will be using. So we know that the volume of the cone formula is given in the question also. Volume of the cone is equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h, and you should memorize this formula also. So volume of the cone, we calculated this. Volume is in centimeter cube. So this will be 84.27 is equal to 1 by 3 pi, and r value we know for the this one, we have taken h is equal to 3r for this cone. So we can write here this r square as it is, and h is equal to 3r. So we replaced h by 3r. Now we can shift this 84.27 as it is, and 3 um, we can basically cancel this 3 by this 3, and we will shift pi on this side, and this is equal to r cubed. So r will be equal to cube root of this one, 84.27, divided by pi, and we can calculate this. It will be cube root we can take from here, cube root of fraction, which is 84.27 27 over this will be pi, which we can take this one, so this will be equal to 2.993. So up to 2.993 is they're saying up to three significant figures, so we will round this up to 2.99. This will be our answer up to three significant figures, and this is 4 marks part which we have done. Now the next part they are saying calculate. So before going to the next part, I will shrink this a little so that we have space for the rest, and this one to the readable size. And now we can solve the second part, and second part says the calculate the total surface area of the cone. So total surface area of cone we need to calculate, and we know curved surface area of the cone is A is equal to pi r L, and this is curved surface area of the cone. So we can find this. A is equal, first we need to find L. L you know is not the perpendicular area. This will be um, hypotenuse. Like for example, if I draw the cone height, and this one will be the radius, and slanting height will be this one, which is L. So we can write this as this side is L, this side is radius, which we have calculated over here, which is 2.993 I'm taking, and this side, which is 3r, this is r. So height you know is 3r. So this height we can take 3 into 2.993, and now we can apply Pythagoras theorem, and by Pythagoras theorem we can calculate. This will be L will be equal to 3 into 2.993 square, plus this will be 2.99 square, this one, and this will be equal to, we can calculate, this will be square root of 3 into 2.993 and square, and plus this will be 2.99 square, and this is giving us 9.46. So 9.46 we can take, and this will be our L value, and now we can replace L value over here. So A is equal to pi into R, which is 2.99 into L, which is 9.46, and this will be equal to pi into 2.99 into 9.46, and this will give us 88.86, 88.86 basically. If we check the calculator, 88.61 or 88.6 we can write. Pi into 2.99 into 88 point, this one is mistake, 9.46, yes, correct. So now we can add the base also, because base of the cone will be pi r square. So in this area, total surface area is equal to 88.86, plus this will be pi r square. So r value is 2.99 square, so this will be resulting to, it's already there, so plus pi, we can write here pi into r square mean 2.99 square, and this will be giving us 116.94. So we can write 116.94 we can write as 117, and this will be centimeter square. And keep in mind, this is 5 marks part which we have done, and this is our final answer. Question number 8a part, on the axis sketch the graph of y is equal to this one. Y is equal to x square plus 7x minus 18. So on your sketch, write the value where the graph meets the x-axis and y-axis. So if we draw axis quickly, we can take x and y-axis, like for example this one. Now we require what? We need to solve this quadratic equation, and if we take mode 5 3, mode 5 3, or you can solve whatever method you want. So 1 and 7 and minus 18, and we will get 2 and minus 9. So 2 and minus 9 will be the solutions. So 2 value we can take, like for example, um, we can take like for example 2 here. I'm just taking 2 and 9, we can take like minus 9 over here. And then we need the y-intercept also. Y-intercept, how we are finding? For y-intercept, we will put x is equal to 0. So at x is equal to 0, y will be equal to 0 plus 0 minus 18. So y will be equal to minus 18. So minus 18 we can take, like for example over here, minus 18. So we can find the minimum point also, which is not required, but to draw properly, we have like for example minimum point minus b over 2a we can check, and minus b minus 7, b value is 7 over 2 into a value is 1. So this will be minus 7 by 2, which is minus 3.5. So minus 3.5 will be the x coordinate of this one, and if we replace minus 3.5 in to get y value, so y will be equal to minus 3.5 square plus 7 into minus 3.5 minus 18, and we can calculate this y value will be what? This will be minus 3.5 square and plus 7 into minus 3.5 and 3.5 we missed point, and next is minus 18. Minus 18 is equal to minus 30.25. Keep in mind, this whole thing is not required in the question. I'm explaining so that your concept should be clear. And this one, why we need this value? We need this value to know that our curve will be turning from which point. So it will be turning below this one, like this one. It will be turning and going from here and passing through this also. So if I redraw this all thing, so this will be passing through this point and passing through this point, going further down, and then going to this side. This will be our sketch, and hopefully you understood this. This is these are 3 points of intersection which we have shown. This is a rough sketch. You need to show only this one, and these 3 points are required for this. And this is the origin, and it's a 4 marks part which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Now b part, b1 is what? B part 1 says the derivative of y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 28. We need the derivative, so dy by dx, you know differentiation. This will be, power will be pulled first, 2 will be pulled first, and x raised by 2 minus 1, and this will be minus 3 into derivative of x is 1, and constant derivative will be 0. So this will be equal to 2x minus 3. This will be our answer, and this is for 2 marks. Hopefully you understood this. Now for the second part says find the coordinates of the turning point. So we require coordinates of the turning point of y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 28. And now we know that turning point on the turning point dy by dx is equal to 0. So we will put dy by dx, which is equal to 2x minus 3, which we just found over here, and we will be taking it equal to 0, and we have to solve. So this implies 2x is equal to 3, so x is equal to 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 value we will be replacing in this y equation. So y is equal to 3 by 2 square minus 3 into 3 by 2 and minus 28, and this will be y value which we need to find. So it will be 3 by 2 or 1.5, so 1.5 square and minus 3 into 1.5 and minus 28, this one is equal to minus 121 by 4, minus 121 by 4. So what will the coordinates of the point? Point 1 will be 3 by 2 x value, and y value will be minus 121 by 4, and this will be the coordinates, and this is 3 marks part which we have done. If we want decimal value also we can check, that will be minus 30.25. So you can provide in decimal value or in fraction. If we are writing as decimal value, this will be minus 3.25. This will be the decimal value, or you can write in fractions like this. Hopefully you understood this. Question number 9a part, they have given f of x. F of x is defined as 4x plus 1. G of x is also given, which is equal to 6 minus 2x, and h of x is also given. H of x is equal to 3 raised to the power x minus 2. And a part we have to find what? We have to find f of 3 is required. So f of 3 will just replace 3 in f of x. So this one, which is 12 plus 1 will be 13. So this is 13 answer, and this is 1 mark part. Now for the second part, they are saying g of f of 3. Now f of 3 we already have, which is 13. So g of 13, which will be equal to, in g of x we will be replacing 6 minus 2 into 13. So 6 minus 26, which is equal to minus 20, and minus 20 will be proper answer at the place, and this is also 1 mark part. Then for b part, they are saying find what? G inverse of x. So g of x we know is given. We can write y is equal to 6 minus 2x, and we can make x as subject. So 2x is equal to 6 minus y, and x is equal to 6 minus y over 2. And now we can swap x and y. So we can write this y, or we can write g inverse of x, which is equal to 6 minus x by 2, and this is our answer, which is for 2 marks. Hopefully you understood this. Now next part, C part, they are saying for C part what we have to do, find x when, they are saying find x when f of x is equal to g of 2x minus 7. So first we will find g of 2x minus 7. We have g of x, which is 6 minus g of x, we have 6 minus 2x, so we can write 6 minus 2 into 2x minus 7. We will open the brackets. So we can write this g of 2x minus 7 is what? We can basically 4x plus 1. f of x we have already, because they are telling us f of x is equal to this, and f of x is what? F of x is given, which is 4x plus 1. So we will be writing here 4x plus 1 is equal to 6 minus, we'll open this bracket, so it will be 4x and minus minus plus, so it will be 14. Now we can simplify, and this will be 4x, and this 4x we can send the other side, so plus 4x is equal to 6 plus 14 will be 20, and minus 1, so 8x is equal to 19. So x is equal to 19 by 8, or 19 by 8 will be decimal value, which we can write it as 2.375. So 2.375, this will be x value, and this is 4 marks part which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Now for the second part, which is D part. C part we have done. Now we can do D part, and D part says find the value of what? H of 2, this one. So h of 2 we will find first. So h of 2 is what? We know h of x is equal to, h of x is given, which is 3 raised per x minus 2. So we can use this, and this will be 3 raised per 2 minus 2, which is equal to 3 raised by 0, which is 1. So 1 will be h of 2. Now we need h of 2, and this portion we know is equal to 1. So we can write it as equal to h of 1, and this will be 3 raised by 1 minus 2, which is equal to 3 raised by minus 1, which we can write 1 by 3, and this will be answer for 2 marks. Now E part says find x when h inverse, find x when h inverse of x is equal to 10. So this one, so h inverse of x we can write is equal to 10. Now h inverse of x will be equal to what? This will be h of 10. We have taken h on both sides, and this side will be what? This side will be will be x, because h and h inverse will be equal to 1. So we will just take x on this side, and the other side will be h of 10, so which is 3 raised by 10 minus 2, which is equal to 3 raised by 8, and 3 raised to the power 8 will be, this one will be 6561. This will be final answer, and this is for 2 marks. Hopefully you understood this. We have done with the paper, and hopefully you understood each and everything. And don't forget to subscribe the channel and introduce this channel to your respected teachers, and recommend this channel to your friends and class fellows. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.